Hello, everyone. Welcome to Proven Inspiration. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with training today, and our topic for today is building blocks of relationships. And today's building block is persistence. Okay, so persistence is not a word that you would often think about when you think about relationships, but it is of the utmost importance. Why? Because when love fades or when love is not on a high as you would normally have experienced in the height of dating, persistence is what keeps you going. So if you're thinking about someone that you're thinking of getting married to, you're in a long-term relationship, or you've just dated for a while and you feel like this is the person that you want to settle down with, it's important that you think about what you want to build your relationship on. And one of the building blocks that you must adopt and you must apply to your relationship is the building block of persistence. Okay, persistence is what will keep you going when you don't feel like loving this person, when you actually feel like hating your partner. Persistence will keep you going. Persistence will help you to stay soft and vulnerable when your partner is harsh and aloof. Because if you decide to emulate your partner's demeanor, so they're having a bad day and they're harsh and they're aloof, a lot of people would decide to react in the same way. So you could decide to react and you become harsh and aloof yourself. But that's not going to help your relationship. So you must persist in loving them in a soft and vulnerable way. So you stay vulnerable, you stay open instead of stonewalling and building up a wall essentially and shutting down your emotions and shutting down your feelings, which can easily happen when your partner is being harsh, aloof, difficult. So it's important that you are persistent, because if you decided that you're going to love this person, in order to continue to love them in a good way, in the right way, you have to be persistent. Okay? So persistence will help you stay reminded of why you decided to go into a long-term relationship with this person. It will remind you of their good qualities, even when you can't necessarily see those good qualities. Persistence will help you fight for each other and not just fight with each other. Too many people get involved in fighting against each other. You look at your spouse, they're doing something wrong, you look at them as if they're the enemy. No, the issue or the action is the enemy, but your partner is your partner, regardless of whether they're acting like it or not. Okay? So it's important that you are persistent. Persistence is something that must be cultivated. It's a daily decision, because each day will have different challenges sometimes, and sometimes you'll feel like giving up. But when you've decided that you're going to persist with that relationship, you're going to keep loving them, whether or not your partner is acting in a lovable way or not, then you will persist in that relationship. You will not give up. So persistence essentially is a decision to refuse to give up. You've made a decision, you're not going to give up on your partner. You've made a decision, you're not going to give up on loving them. You've made a decision, you're not going to give up on being kind to them, being gentle with them. Okay? So it's persistence is that thing that will keep the love going. Persistence is what will put fuel in your love tank. Because even when you don't feel like being loving, when you don't feel like being gentle, when you don't feel like being kind, because you've decided to persist, you will do all of those things that you do not feel like doing. You will ensure that you don't go with the way that you feel on a particular day, but you will go with the decision that you've made to persist in that relationship. Okay? So it's important that you engage and embrace persistence as a building block in your relationship. If you do, I assure you that you will see the results. And when your partner sees that you're being persistent, it will rub off on them. And eventually, perhaps you'll see less moody days, you'll see less mean days. You can only but try. But if you decide to reflect their bad behavior, or reflect their moodiness, or reflect their harshness, then you're both digging a hole for your relationship, okay? And no amount of love will be able to save that. But if you have the love and you have persistence as a building block, persistence is that thing that will help keep love protected, because love has to be protected. Love has many enemies. One of the enemies of love is laziness. Another enemy of love is just, well, it's the same thing, not being bothered. So the lack of effort is another enemy of love. So there are many enemies of love, and your persistence will help keep your love protected. Okay, these are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do take it easy. Bye.